that came from like the Philippines or somewhere where they know a thing or two about model glue.
Or they know something about ketones.
What should be in it.
So that's high test.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's the good stuff. Hey, Chris, you're already getting. Come on.
There
man.
we go.
What a novice.
Don't make me come over there, Chris.
You're already there.
I liked it. Turn your radio down.
Turn your radio. What? Stop it. What? Sometimes
he's
pretty well.
He's feskering right now.
I know he really is.
Yeah.
You guys
You'll
are
be getting mashed potatoes on your jeans any minute.
Any minute now. I am like, this is a good thing to get mashed potatoes over because my pants are really dirty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all dusty and yeah. I've been working. I don't know what you guys have been doing, but I have been putting in the hours.
I'm having a cold beer.
Yeah, well, we're all doing that now.
But the amount of guitar bodies and necks and stuff I see here, you guys have been extremely busy.
Frankly, it's absurd, and there are going to be a lot. We're going to talk a lot about that tonight. So, hey, everybody, this is Matt. We're at Texas Toast Guitarist. Thanks for watching our Thursday live stream. Today, we are joined in the shop by our good friend, Jim Jimmy. And you know who likes green chili, Chris? Me.
So do I.
Yes. And Jim likes green chili too.
Mm-hmm.
So now sometimes green chili is one of those. So I got us green chili.
You know,
sometimes you get to enjoy it twice.
Did he let you know about that?
He did tell me about that. Yeah.
So I got us green chili the other day, and the next time I saw Jim, I got this. Hey, fuck you.
I was not up for a cleanse last weekend.
No, but it was good though.
It was good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice heat. Nice.
I wouldn't
flavor.
like let you down across the board, like, because that would be rotten if it like wasn't any good going in. Or
I think you tipped me off a little bit while I was eating it.
I said, yeah, you're gonna remember me. I want you to think about me the next day.
Oh well.
So yeah.
Super glad. 3 minutes in, we already talked about.
It's all dick and fart jokes, Chris.
Yeah,
it's
pretty
all
much.
dick and fart jokes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So
sometimes I wonder if the green chili is, good or not. Not tastes good, but like, has it gone bad? Because sometimes it's really hard on you, and you're like, man, is this still food or
is it still food?
Yeah.
Or am I eating? Yeah.
Because I don't think food's supposed to make you blow out quite like that.
Probably not.
Yeah,
Probably not.
So,
but
it had a little heat to it.
It's the good stuff though. So yeah.
Yeah.
So we have so many cool things that I want to talk about tonight, and we're not going to do it in any particular order. But the reason that James is joining us, the reason that Jim Deere is joining us, is we are taking all of the toys that you guys donated to the Toys for Tots thing tonight. And I even went home to see if I could find my Santa hat, and I couldn't find it. So you're stuck with this hat that, frankly, everybody loves.
They do love it.
Everybody loves it, yeah. So I don't know, and we're taking it to where? Rock Bottom Brewery?
Yes.
Which has the added benefit
of beer and food.
That's right.
Of being a brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rock Bottom location in Westminster by the Promenade.
Yeah, it's real close to where we are now. So that'll be super cool.
So what kind of Toys for Tots program do they have?
It's the same. It's the Marine Corps Toys for Tots.
Okay,
like it's a place where you drop off the toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had talked about going to Aurora, and I was like, there's got to be something closer.
It has to be, yeah.
And lo and behold, from the heavens came an email.
Yep.
With
it just came in
with the Rock Bottom, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Well, I think, yeah, I'm excited for it, and I'm excited that you guys really latched onto the whole Toys for Tots deal.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was very cool, and I want to keep doing that year round. Now, I don't know where we're going to put the toys for the, like we have a class scheduled next month. I don't know where we're going to put the toys for that, but we'll find a spot. Yep. So yeah,
that's a cool thing.
I think it's a cool thing too. And everybody, people who come out here and people who like maybe. So as a matter of fact, I think we have some viewer mail that's actually toys.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, should we just jump into to viewer mail?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's do that. So guys, if you want to get in on the Chris's mail sack, that's spelled MALESA. Yeah. So no, it's not.
Q.
If you want to get in on some of the some of the viewer mail.
How are you going to open that?
Well, funny you should ask. I'm going to use my little knife.
Uh-oh.
Do you have your little knife? Is this a challenge? We all have them. Look at that. We all have our little knife.
Nobody owes anybody a beer.
No,
Oh,
actually,
you-
you owe us beer.
I
Because,
do?
Yes. All right. Let me explain to you one more time
What's
how
it
the,
me?
Okay, let me explain to you one more time how the challenge works. So-
I'm getting fucked.
well, not right now, but maybe later. So, in the beer department.
Okay.
So, if you issue a challenge, do you have your little knife? And I don't have it.
That's right. I
Then
did.
I owe you a beer.
Yeah.
But if you issue a challenge, do you have your little knife? And I do. Then you owe me a beer.
I
You have
kind
to-
of screwed up, huh?
You have to read the
Collect-
room and
You
know
have
who
to-
you're dealing with.
Okay.
Yeah, and we
Okay.
always
That's
have
all
our
right.
knives.
Well,
I'll
most
I'll
times.
go, to
of
the,
the
I'll
time.
go to the fridge when necessary.
Now, you know who never has his little knife is Chris from Odyssey Beer Works.
Yeah.
So thank you to Odyssey Beer Works
Easy
for
mark.
sponsoring the show. But yeah, if you have one of these little knives and you're part of the club, you can generally always get one, from
I thought I might have lost mine
Oh,
the
look
other
at
day.
that.
Math dice. Okay, so let's see.
That's cool.
Let me get my danger glasses on here. Hi guys, this is for Toys for Tots. I love to watch the banter, the straight talk, smack talk, and of course your attention to detail in making awesome instruments. Please keep it up. Please keep on keeping on from PM Hall. Thank you so much. That's what people just have really latched onto the whole toys thing, and I think that the whole toys deal is super cool. Whether it's a little thing or a big thing.
Yep. Thank
Ooh,
you.
man, we should get more of these and make knobs with them. The world's
Ooh,
biggest.
the
knobs.
That would be for bass, I think.
We've got a bunch of toys to take over. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's gonna be
thank you
fun.
very much, PM Hall. And let's take a super chat from Van Shank Guitars. He sends some bucks for gas money to drop off toys. So that's
Cool.
very, very excellent. Thank you very much. So we've got some more viewer mail, Chris. I don't know what this stuff is.
I don't know either. Whoops. Bonk.
So, but I think this one is from Gary Taft.
Tap the guitar.
Tafty Guitars. Yeah, I
Yeah.
always get it wrong. So this could be, I don't know what this could be, but it's gonna be. But we really like Gary. Gary's super cool. So. There was a bunch of stuff in the PO box today. Oh, look at that! It is a toy. Here, Jim, see if you can get that out of the
Something
deal,
I
and
wanna play with?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
open the
Chris, you want to hold it?
So Gary writes, "Hey guys, I hope you're having a great week. And close, please find my toy donation for your Toys for Tots drive. Also, my entry for the Great American Guitar Building Competition, and some stickers for your door too. I'll see you guys in June." Gary Taft. P.S. This is in all caps, and it is in all caps because Gary I like his style. So yeah. So there are 4 entries now
Might want to play with this.
into the
Yeah, I think
Great
you will.
American Guitar Build Off, which means that whoever wins is going to walk away with $400 right now. So yeah, we're going to talk more about the Great American Guitar Building Contest coming up. So check it out. Tafty sent us some cool stickers. Do you want a Tafty sticker for the Upright Lounge?
I would love one.
Okay,
Thank you.
we'll distribute those. And
Here,
yeah,
Chris.
all right. Look at this. All right, Gary's in it. You can't win it if you're not in it,
to go,
everybody.
Gary.
So yeah, okay. And we've got one final final thing.
There's one more down there.
I don't know what. Now this one, I have no idea what this is. I have no clue.
Shake it.
Well, what if it's shake and
Be
break?
careful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, because what if it's a toy for like a youngster,
Mm-hmm.
and then I busted it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's. I think I know what it is.
Do you? Do you know who? Do you know who Kathy Walters is?
No.
In Mojave Valley, Arizona?
No.
Okay. Well, let's hope it's not like me being served with papers. That would be bad. Okay. Can you guys vamp for a little while?
Yeah, I thought maybe it was Brian Duncan sent like an 8x10 of me kissing you.
Oh, well, maybe. We should be so lucky. All right. Oh, I know what this. This is not. This is a toy for Matt. I know what this is. This is a side folding assembly for Bulgarian rifle. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I knew this was coming, but I totally spaced it out. So thank you very much for this. That's excellent.
That's not for
Did
kids.
that come to the P.O. box?
It came to the P.O. box. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you. I was expecting this. I totally spaced it out. That thank you very much. Okay. All right. Woo. Yeah. You never know what you're gonna get in the mail.
No, you don't.
In Chris's, you never know what you're gonna get with Chris's mail sack.
That's right.
MALE.
That's right.
Sometimes it can be completely full.
Sometimes. Chris, what has been going on all week this week, and what's going to be going on all the rest of the month and all next month?
We are getting caught up on a lot of projects.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right answer?
Yes. Now, I haven't told everybody what's going on, but I've been very, very busy. I'm just going to leave it at that. And for those of you who know, just keep that under your hat. But I've been very busy, got a lot of good stuff happening. And so if I haven't returned your email, so a couple of things, like I had to get a new phone and I had to get some other kind of stuff happening. So I've got a bunch of texts and emails and things that I need to get back to people on. But when I do, I'm going to explain everything and you'll go, oh, that makes total sense. But rest assured, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's probably
a lot.
There's probably a dozen instruments that you guys have been asking me about. Hey, what's going on with the status of my project? They're all in motion and they'll all be done very, very soon. So, and that's one of the things too. In the description of the video is what's going on with videos. So we haven't done an actual pre-recorded video for a long time, and the reason is because we had a big class last week, and we got super busy and tied up this week, and we would rather get these instruments done than spend a bunch of time doing video stuff. Now I know that that's going to bum some people out, but stick around. We're more videos coming next week.
This is usually when you say something like, "We're guitar makers, not YouTube makers."
Well, yeah, but we do. So that is true, Chris. We are guitar makers first, and YouTube content creators down the line. But I do think though that the reason that we're here is because of everybody watching and all the YouTube videos that we've done. And without YouTube, there's no shop. So we need to keep that, going. But guys, I'm sorry that we haven't had a video for a while, but I promise you more videos to come. Cool. I hope that you guys can.
Everybody loves those videos.
They do love them.
Yeah.
Especially the ones where Chris is doing something cool.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Chris should just do the video.
Happens.
Yeah.
Rarely happens.
Oh, Chris.
When I do a video.
So Jim, what have you been into? What's been going on with you?
I went back to the gym this week.
I know.
And you know what?
Huh.
I am hurting.
Are you? Damn.
I hurt.
So I signed up to go with you and I haven't been yet because just scheduling. And I'm anticipating pain.
Look out, brother, because I can barely move my arms.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm up at.
But you're like really big and strong,
No,
and I'm like
no,
a
I'm
wuss.
not.
So
No,
yeah.
I'm an old man. But I got to get up at 3:30 now.
So
in the morning.
So we're not going. I'm not getting up at 3:30 to go to the gym.
No. You're
Okay.
not. You're not gonna.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if I get up at 3:30, it's not going to be go to the gym.
Everyone, here is what me and Pendejo are going to do, and Chris might come along. Don't know yet.
I asked Chris about it. He's like, I don't want to wear a mask.
Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, him and I are going to lift at 5:30 at night when he's done here.
Now, I don't think there's anything happening tomorrow, but I know that's your martini. I don't want to cut into martini time.
Oh, there is something happening tomorrow. Did you forget?
I guess.
We might be going to see somebody play.
Oh, is that tomorrow night?
It is.
Oh, I thought it was Saturday. Okay.
We don't have to.
Yeah. Well,
We'll talk about
we got all night to sort that one out. Okay.
Yes. No, I am going to be up in the morning before work hitting the gym.
Okay.
But you and I are
Yep.
going to work out Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays
Okay.
at night.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go in the morning on Thursdays and Fridays.
Okay. Cool.
Because you got the live stream on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah. Provided we have something to do on Friday, we can. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go. I'm still.
Those usually short too, the Friday ones.
Yeah, they are usually short.
That's true.
So.
Yep.
But that is Martini Friday.
I know. I don't want to cut into the last thing I want to do is cut into Martini Friday.
Well, you could do both, couldn't you? Lift a couple weights.
It
have a
would be
martini.
funny to go to the gym cracked.
I think that would
Oh,
assure
'cause we do it
that
right
you would
after
be
work.
injured. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
All right. So what else do we need to talk about? So we've talked about videos. We talked about Toys for Tots. Have we covered those things effectively?
Yep.
Okay. What else we
I
got?
think.
What else we got there? Anything?
Chris, what's going on in your life?
Yeah, Chris.
What's going on in my life? Pretty much same as always. Yeah, I get up every day, ride my bike.
You're still on your streak?
I am still on the streak. I think I'm closing in on. I think tomorrow's 160 days.
Wow.
Nice. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I did not want to go this morning. I was cold when I woke up, and I saw how cold it was outside, and I went, oh, man, am I really going to go? I put on my stuff, and I went, and I was like, oh, I'm glad I went. But yeah, there's
So
some
did
days
you
where
get
it's
all
like,
that crazy
oh.
wind out by you yesterday?
I went before the wind really.
Okay.
Before the wind really.
This fucking guy. Yeah.
Hey man, I'm not going to turn off all my stuff before it. Yeah. So yesterday I got.
So everybody send Chris a message.
Since you asked, I'm looking at my weather app on my phone, and it's like, it's going to rain in 30 minutes. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. And I look, like 15 minutes before I usually go. It's going to rain in 9 minutes. I get closer and closer, and I go outside and I look. I'm like, it doesn't look like it's going to rain. I'm going to go. And right before I leave, I look at it again. It's going to rain in 30 minutes. They don't know what's going on.
Right.
So I went, and as I rode, it got uglier and uglier, but it never did rain on me. And I got home, and then it rained. But yeah, I was glad I went yesterday, and I was glad I went today. So plus I got some new pants to try, and they were really warm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there you go.
I always love it. I always love it when our Thursday live stream devolves into small talk and chit chat about weather and pants.
Yeah. Well, that's,
Here we go. Let's. Are we ready to move on to
Yeah,
to Thursday Q&A? Or do you
Yeah.
want- okay.
Are there keys?
Hey, you want to hear something crazy?
Of course I do. The wind yesterday. Oh my
no,
gosh.
it's in relation to the wind.
Oh, okay. Oh,
you
good.
know the vast amount of cooking utensils I have outside.
Are they scattered about your yard now?
Yes.
Yeah, mine were
No,
too. Yeah.
the Traeger, the big Traeger
Uh-huh.
pellet grill was on its back.
Yep. My grill was on its side yesterday.
Yeah, that's a heavy mofo
Uh-huh.
so the wind was kicking
It
yesterday.
I didn't look in
rotten.
my backyard. I didn't have any.
You probably
that's
should.
Best to be.
Yeah. Well, I looked in the backyard, but I didn't look on the side yard. So yeah, I don't think we had as bad a wind as we had everywhere else
Yeah. It's, whew.
in town.
Windy.
So yeah,
Hey, we're not in Kansas anymore.
yeah, yep.
Okay. Here's our first question for the Thursday Q&A.
Okay, I'm ready.
It comes from Base Space, and it's actually apropos and very timely because you and I were talking about this just the other day. He asks with a bunch of question marks in the first bit. So, guys, if you have a question about guitars or guitar building, or if you want to ask a question about wind, lots of question marks so we can see them. Okay. And so anyway, Base Space writes, when making a Fender style one-piece neck and fretboard, at what stage is it best to install the truss rod and glue in the walnut strip? Cheers. So first of all, the only reason that you would ever do a walnut originally those were Koa. Did you know that?
Yeah, I think I did.
So
Uh-huh.
The only reason that you would put a skunk stripe in the back is if you're using a one-piece neck, that is to say the fretboard is the same piece of wood as the neck. So you don't glue on another fretboard. You got to get the truss rod in there somehow, and that's why the skunk stripe. You route that channel and then plop the truss rod in, and then back.
I think the originals, the truss rod had the arc on it too.
Absolutely, it has to have the arc.
Well, yeah, but I mean that was the way that all just sort of makes sense. Is to route the arc in it and then put in the skunk stripe.
Can you imagine an occasion where you would need to have a skunk stripe if you had, say, a rosewood board glued onto the top?
No, but I know they do that.
They do, as a matter of fact. In fact, I want to show you guys.
Yeah.
So this is a Fender. This is actually a custom shop neck. In fact, I'm going to show you. See, it's got the little custom shop deal on it.
It's a real one.
This is a legit one.
Nice.
Yeah.
And this has an ebony fretboard.
Mhm.
And this is our friend Richard Ryan's neck. And as you can see, fretboard and skunk stripe.
Mhm.
The only thing that we can figure, near as we can figure, there is some way that they do stuff at Fender where every block of wood slated to become a neck kind of goes into the machine,
Mhm.
and they just all get that.
Yeah.
You know, or maybe the fretboards get glued on and they treat everything as if it were one piece, even though it isn't.
Mhm.
Because then that way they have a rig that puts the truss rod channel in the same on every neck, regardless of whether or not it's got a. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
But when would you do it? If you weren't Fender, you would definitely want to. If it were me, I would cut the profile of the neck first,
Mhm.
and then route this channel on my pin router.
Mhm.
But I have a pin router, and not everybody does. So, the reason that I would do that is because sometimes if you do a bunch of work to get this truss rod in here, right, and then you have a blowout in some of the weird blowout areas, it's usually right here,
Mhm.
bunch of chips and things, then you've spent a bunch of time and you still have a worthless neck at that point. Now, chips, of course, are avoidable, but it always sucks to put a bunch of work in and then go, oh man, and then I came around the corner with that bearing bit, and now my neck's wrecked.
Mhm.
So, but if you don't have a pin router, I would say you've got to put the truss rod in an arc.
Mhm.
It's got to be, that is to say, the truss rod has to be deeper here than it is here or here. It's got to be a smiley face.
Mhm.
So depending on how you're doing that, I would say get that sucker in there as quick as you can, and then do everything else later.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that'd be how I do it.
Does every replacement neck always come with a prefab nut?
I think a lot of them do. I know, like if you order a neck from Warmoth, they'll make a nut for you.
Mhm.
But they'll charge an extra like $20 or whatever it is. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't.
All parts necks don't come with a nut.
They don't.
They don't?
Okay. Okay.
No.
All right.
All right. So that was a great question. What do you think of the one piece necks, Chris?
From a historical point, I think they're kind of cool. But it's I don't know. It's a whole. I'm not a big fan of maple fingerboards because you have to do a bunch of finish work where you got to scrub a bunch of finish off of frets.
Yeah.
And so I'm not a super huge fan of that. And I think dark wood looks better on a fingerboard. Maple boards get dirty really, really fast.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do.
Uh-huh.
Devin wants to know.
Other than your guitar,
Well, you've seen that neck.
It's got mojo, baby.
then it's cool. And yeah, from a historical point, I like maple necks, but I just as soon have a dark board.
So Devin writes, how would you repair a bubble under a veneer top? Ooh.
I'd go at it like a pizza
Yeah.
in the oven. I'd
Or a
stab
blister.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
Right.
pop it, and then you gotta float some glue in there, and then you gotta
and
press
you
it
gotta
down.
Clamp it down. Yeah.
And then hopefully,
I don't do that with the pizza. I don't clamp the pizza.
do you mash glue in there though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Same with the blister. If you got a big blister,
Mash
walking
glue
around
in
with no socks on or whatever, yeah. Well, don't fill it with glue, but
it.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, you've got to figure out a way to get an adhesive under the bubble,
And then
you got to mash the,
clamp the bubble.
and you got to
down.
clamp it, Jed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you
So
got
if it's
to
veneer-
hope that whatever finish technique you are going to use will
Yeah.
hide that.
Yeah, and I don't think I would use super glue in an instance like that.
It
it'll make
sets too fast, right?
Well, it sets too fast, and I think it has a propensity to make whatever you're doing darker.
Oh, that's right. And if your veneer is
would-
23 thousandths, you need to use a cold press glue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
I would use something. Yeah, cold press glue, even like regular Tite Bond might work better. In a
Well,
case
but
like
Tite Bond
that.
will bleed through though.
You're right. It
So,
will. Yeah. But you gotta figure out a way to get glue in there. I would probably put a slit in it with.
Hold on, regular
one-
Tite Bond will bleed through. Tite Bond cold press glue is designed to not do that.
Yeah,
So,
and probably maybe put like a slit in it with the grain if you can.
Yeah, so that you can hide it
It's
later.
amazing. Yeah, and then clamp
And a
it.
syringe with glue, and depending on how big the bubble is.
And maybe thin out the glue maybe if you need to get it in.
The cold press stuff is
It's
quite a
pretty
bit thinner
thin,
than, like, you could suck that up with a syringe, I think. Not like, don't
Mhm.
shoot up with it, but like one of those ones for like grease or something. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd put some on and then I'd put my lips against it and I'd blow like that.
I don't. Chris
Actually,
is full of beans.
I think I have actually seen people put stuff like that on, like in a little drop, and then hit it with a little air and kind of.
Just kind of
spread it
get
out.
it going in there. I've seen some guys do stuff where they like put glue on top of a crack and use a vacuum to suck it all the way down. That works really well too.
Yep.
Okay. VJJ writes, what would be better to hold mother of pearl block inlays in the fingerboard, CA glue or epoxy?
I have an answer.
Okay.
I think CA glue, if the blocks fit really, really tight,
Yeah.
and you don't have to take up any gap.
Mm-hmm.
Epoxy, if there's some gap around it and you need to dye the epoxy.
Really,
or
any
color the
appreciable gap,
epoxy,
you want to.
Yeah. That's the way we do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Most of ours fit really, really tight. They snap in place, and then you just hit them with a little.
They're like
CA glue, and
Legos.
That works. Yeah, that works really, really well.
Yeah.
But in the case of some stuff, epoxy works better.
I think that's
it's
a great
It's
one,
a little
yeah.
more. It gives you a little more time too. And if you need to sort of float it around and get it, if it's really loose and get it exactly where you need it to be, epoxy gives you that time.
Yep. No, that's perfect, Chris. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Hope we answered your question. Neil writes, why do the truss rods have to go in like an arc in a one-piece neck? Well, Neil, they need to go a single acting one rod truss rod needs to go in an arc regardless of how many pieces the neck is made from.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys vamp for a little? I'm going to go get a visual aid.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can only think really of one company that's ever made one-piece necks, and that's Fender on the early Telecasters and Stratocasters, where the frets were pressed directly into the same wood that is the back of the neck. And originally they didn't have a truss rod for a very, very brief moment in time.
Only a moment.
Yeah, not very many. But then they came out with the truss rod, and they had to figure out a way to put that in. And they did it through the back because there's no way to do it through the front because that's the fingerboard.
Right.
Did they ever call it a truss rod?
Truss rod?
No, they didn't. All right. So I've got a handy kind of truss rod little jig that I made here. And I want to show you guys kind of what a vintage style truss rod looks like. And well, anyway.
Then he broke the jig.
So hold on. Let me get this is a Paul Reed Smith truss rod in here on this other side, but we're gonna just use this one today. So this is just a 3/16 steel rod, and it's got an anchor down on this end, and it's got and it doesn't matter if it's a Gibson truss rod or a Fender truss rod or a Hamer truss rod or any of the other people that still or continued to use the vintage style rod, and with good reason. They work really well, and if you are into the whole notion of removing the least amount of wood possible, if you consider backfilling, which you have to consider, then this is the way to go. So this is the only piece that's going to be in the neck. So it's anchored on this side, and you have an active nut, or like in the case of like a Fender, you could have one of these guys, or a bullet or something like that. So what you would do is you need to anchor it on this side, and you need to come up with a way to adjust it on this side. And the rod has to be arced like this, like a smiley face. Okay. And the reason that it does is and it has to be backfilled. So if it's backfilled from the top, like on a Gibson, or backfilled from the back, like on a Fender with the skunk stripe, it absolutely positively has to be arced like this. Now,
the truss rod, the channel would be arced.
The channel has to be arced, and the backfilling piece has to be arced, and the rod has to look like this. It It can't look like this. It has to look like this. Some people will argue with me about, well, the Gibson ones were at an angle. Bullshit. They don't work. If you do that, they don't work. I'm not saying that Gibsons weren't ever, but they aren't now. And the reason that they aren't now is because they don't work.
Just an angle like front to yeah.
So you hear that?
Yeah, no.
That's the mad feverish clicking of all the people on the Les Paul forum telling me that I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason that it has to be flexed and arced like this and making a smiley face is because when you tighten this active nut here, what it attempts to do is straighten this rod. And by straightening the rod, it presses up, counteracting the tension of the strings. So that is why every neck that utilizes this style truss rod has to be in an arc. I don't care what the guys on some forum say, it has to be in an arc.
A straight line is a straight line.
That's right. So that's why it has to be in an arc. I can't stress this enough. It has to be in an arch.
So can I put it in
an arch? Yes. Okay.
Good to know.
Who invented the truss rod, man?
I used to know that. Do you know
Chris?
Bit of trivia?
No, but I believe it's somebody at Gibson.
Oh yeah,
I think so. And I think one of the reasons that Fender didn't want to use a truss rod originally was because they were going to have to pay Gibson some money every time they used one. But at some point, the patent ran out or something like that, and they were able to do it. So that's when they started doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
The adjustable truss rod.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. Lots of people have used
lots of
stiffening rods.
Yeah, stiffening rods,
Yeah.
and you could call that a truss rod, I guess.
Okay. Let's see. The arc along the length is due to the only one-way rod. They use a double-acting rod. Doesn't require. No, yeah, a double-acting rod certainly does not need to be installed in an arc. And there are videos to come. In fact, I'm doing some videos in conjunction with our friends at Bitterroot Guitars, and you'll see those very soon.
Cool.
Okay. Oh, here's a question for you, Jim.
Oh, really?
From our friend Devin. He writes, for JJJ, as a performing guitarist, what is the best thing you've ever experienced? What is the best thing you've ever experienced? And what's the most frustrating?
Can I answer it as a musician instead of a guitarist?
I believe it. What did he say? Did he say guitarist or musician?
He did say guitarist.
Yeah, I think that'd be okay. Sure.
I think he's unaware that you are a multifaceted person.
Yeah, but he will be now.
A musical man about town,
and a spokesperson for our generation.
Well, yeah. I would be lying if saying that when I got to back up Brian Setzer and his orchestra, definitely the highlight of my life, because he was.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that was the most frustrating thing.
No. I'm gonna work on that one. No, that was the coolest thing I think I've ever done. I've done some cool stuff. I got to share the stage with Link Ray before he passed away, and so yeah, Setzer and numerous. I've had a pretty blessed career of backing up some cool people. Yeah, and meeting some cool people through music, like you cats.
Thank you.
Frustrating? Man, I don't know.
Probably meeting Chris.
And this could be the same thing. Meeting you guys when I walked in here in February.
Has it been that long?
It has been.
All right. It just seems like just the other day.
What was frustrating was like when I left the bands I was in and I decided to kind of reinvent myself, and I thought, I'm gonna write all my own songs and I'm gonna record my own album and I'm gonna record it and I'm gonna play everything on it. And it took me a year to do it. That was frustrating.
Okay.
But I stuck with it, and it took me a year, but I recorded everything, played everything.
That's cool, man. You're sort of like Prince.
No.
That guy, I don't know if you know this, but that guy was pretty talented.
He was extremely talented, like way more talented than I am. But yeah, so there you go. But thanks for the question. I appreciate it.
You'll get to meet Devin. He'll be out here in,
I think May, right? No.
Soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, soon. He will be out here soon.
All right. Well, I probably will meet him now.
And he's a cool guy. Yeah. Yep. He's lots and lots of fun. Neil writes, visual aid really answered, except he didn't put a question mark. He put exclamation points. So yeah, so I would notice it. Thank you, Neil. I'm glad that worked for you. All right. I think that's it. I think we missed a super chat. Doc sent us a super chat. Cheers for Beers. That was a good band.
Yeah, I like that.
They were way better than Tears for Fears. Cheers for Beers kicked ass.
No, what was it called?
Squealer.
No.
Oh, that was AC/DC.
It was Yell, something like that. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Doug has a question for us. Can I add black leather dye to clear lacquer to use with the airbrush? With lacquer, you can absolutely add black trans tint dye to lacquer and shoot it from your airbrush. That will absolutely work.
You could try it and see.
Yeah, that would be something I would test first.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure. Other than I have clear lacquer and I have black leather dye.
Yeah. The idea, I think, with using leather dye is it's so black. Like, how much more black can it get?
Yeah. So just
at that point, just use paint, right?
Well, yeah, and that's why I'm unsure of why you want to mix it with clear. Just shoot it on. I would bet you that you could probably just shoot the black dye through an airbrush, thin it out with whatever it needs thinning out with if you need to, but you probably wouldn't need to, and just shoot it.
But what if you're
thin it out with lacquer thinner?
I'm guessing that he's probably putting this on something that's already got a finish, so he wants to have actual paint.
Yeah. Well, I would still want to top coat it with something, I would think.
Sure, but we know that he can do that with his airbrush. So
yes, yeah.
I'm not sure if you can add black leather dye to probably lacquer's fairly hot, right? I mean, it sticks to almost everything.
Maybe that's the reason that he wants to do it, is to get it to stick to something that's already got lacquer on it. In which case, I would maybe just throw in a little bit of lacquer thinner in with rather than clear lacquer, and just mix it with some lacquer thinner, and that'll make it bite.
So what you would do is lacquer thinner and leather dye, and then clear on top of that.
Clear on top of
that. Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, test first to make sure.
Yeah. And if it goes wrong, don't blame me. But yeah, experience says that would probably work.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Because a lot of people don't realize that, like Gibson, when they do their sunbursts, it's hardly paint.
It's mostly just color.
And it's fairly dusty and it's I think it's almost shellac, which is not lacquer.
That's why Gibson. Everybody's like, well, when do you scrape the binding? You don't, unless you have the exact same finishing process that Gibson does. You can't put paint on thick and then scrape it back and have it be right.
No,
I mean, maybe you can. How about this? I've tried it numerous times and it's never worked. Like that guy in the video, he's like,
there's too many plasticizers in paint, no matter what the paint is. Yeah. That's the whole reason for paint.
Yeah. So you're right. The stuff that Gibson uses for sunburst goes on like it's like powder.
Yeah. And then you
very little paint
that, and that's what binds it and bonds it.
Yeah, mostly a vehicle to get it, mostly lacquer thinner, a vehicle to get it out of the gun.
And these days they have a guy that does the sunburst, and then they scrape it, and then they have a robot that paints the clear.
They have a robot?
They do have robots that paint the clear now. Yeah, they don't do clear by hand anymore.
Okay.
So
have we ever done that video where we told everyone we were going to do, or we like the faux maple binding?
No, we missed out on that when we did the 4 challengers.
Yeah, but God, those guitars look good though.
We'll do
They're beautiful.
Yeah,
man, they look good.
So, yeah, we'll do it one of these days.
There's a couple lucky people who've already bought those guitars. There's 2 more available, but there's a few lucky souls who
that's pretty good considering they aren't even on the website.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, what are you waiting for? Yeah.
Yep.
They are stunning.
You know who wants one is Hot Rod.
Rod should buy one, but he's got the Kaiser blade though.
Which is an awesome guitar.
Yeah.
Yes, I was pretty stoked that he got that one, because that was my favorite guitar in the shop at that point.
There's something.
How many guitars does one man need?
One more.
Chris, can you put a number on?
Just one more.
That's right.
Can you put a number on happiness?
That's right.
Yeah.
I like to think that we put the penis in happiness. Wait. Chris said that to me one time. I didn't get it until just now. He said a lot of adult humor here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So Doug says he's just trying to dye the lacquer. So.
Just trying to dye the lacquer
Mm-hmm.
for like a see-through black.
Sure.
Yeah.
He says he's going to give it a test.
Yeah. Good.
So I'm kind of jumping all over the place because
Yeah.
I've missed a bunch
Yeah.
here. So, all right. So guys, if you have any questions, please let me know. And we will try to answer them. We've got a few more minutes left. Driddle asks again, another question for you, Jaime. Is your self-made album available online for listening
It is.
or purchase?
It was on iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's on Amazon Music. Probably some other things that I don't even know.
Sure. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I keep finding it in spots that.
Hey, I'm not getting paid
yeah,
for that.
exactly.
Yeah.
They didn't ask me.
Maybe that's a
But-
frustrating thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I think musicians get right up the backside
Yeah,
on
I
a
think
lot of
you're
that
right.
stuff. But whatever, we do it for the love of it.
Yeah.
But it's on all those things. So just look on it on a streaming site, whatever.
Okay. And what's it called?
Number one contender.
That's a great
It's
guitar
Jim Jam
name.
Jimmy.
So Joy and I, that's what
Uh-huh.
we came up with. I said when we were doing the concept for it, she said, "What do you want to call it?" I said, "I want to call it Number One Contender, and I want boxing gloves on the back." Yeah, so like me, it's just me.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
yeah,
Because I have the Bad Influence live
you do.
CD. Yes.
That one is not out on streaming.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Okay. All
I
right.
did that one on the slide.
On the slot. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's a great one too.
It
so,
is.
because you are both a Bad Influence and the number one contender. So look for Triple J available in popular music.
Thank you.
Locations. All right. Well, that's it. There's no more questions. So yeah.
Do you want to deliver some toys for deserving kids?
I really do. In fact, that to me is one of the neatest things that I'm not gonna say we came up with, but one of the neatest things that we tried to implement this year. And everybody who has been out here and some people who haven't have wanted to get in on that. And I think that's super, super cool.
Yeah.
So
Kudos to you guys for doing it. Kudos to everybody out there
mhm.
For donating and giving all that stuff, because you are gonna make a little kid's Christmas.
Won't that be cool? Yeah.
Yeah.
So but we need to thank our sponsors for the show. All right, ready, Chris? Take it away.
Flipside Music, the Great American Guitar
That's
Store.
Ike.
great. It's right.
Go down, visit Ike and the rest of the gang at
Okay.
Flipside Music,
Okay.
and they're open 24 hours.
No, the website's open.
If you're on the web, they're open 24
the
hours.
store's open 24 hours.
Shops open
Not in a
the
row.
store's less than that. Yeah, maybe just yeah.
Okay.
You want me to name them all?
Yeah. Let's
Bitterroot Guitars.
Excellent. Yeah.
You want more?
Sure. Well, hold on. You have to talk a little bit.
Oh,
about
you want me to
Bitterroot
talk
Guitars.
about? Bitterroot Guitars. Great
Names,
stuff.
names,
If
names,
you
names.
Texas Toast 15, get you 15% off.
It's actually TXTOAST at checkout. We'll get you 15% off. So
There you go. Tonewood Experts, Dan and Calvin.
that's right.
If you need wood, go to Tonewood Experts.
No one beats their wood.
More than
More-
Calvin and Dan.
Though you know what, those two guys are like totally cool dudes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Every class that we do, every workshop that we do has woods that we get from Dan and Calvin, and truss rods from John and Cheryl at
Mhm.
Bitterroot Guitars.
Mhm.
And generally speaking, it's not unheard of for Ike from Flipside Music, the great American guitar store, to come by and he brought cases and parts and stuff. He's always coming by and doing cool
Can I say something about Ike with his big gorilla hands?
stuff. Yes.
So I played my Billy Bow at the Christmas cribbing party.
Yeah.
And I had the prostitute off to the side
Mhm.
for somebody. I was planning on playing it later in the set.
Oh, okay. I know
But
it.
Ike
Yeah.
said, and I just put brand new strings on it a day before, and he broke a string with those
The
big
low
gorilla,
E.
those with those big gorilla mitts.
He's not messing around.
He's an
yeah.
aggressive player.
Yeah, he is. He is. Well, and he gets strings free where he works.
You owe
so,
me
yeah.
a string.
The whole set, baby. Did you put those Billy Gibbons like 7s on there?
No, you showed me those. I couldn't believe.
I think that would be
is a 7.
I think that would be a fun video to like get a bunch of guys to put those strings on their guitar and play them and see if they break them or if they think they're cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're like spider webs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, you know what else we use at every workshop? The templates that we get from Steve at Maximum Guitar Works.
Mm-hmm.
Steve is for the very first time in the last workshop, we had everybody used Steve's templates for every single thing.
Mm-hmm.
And how did they work, Chris?
Worked really, really well.
Uh-huh.
The neat thing about it is you can take the template on and off as many times as you need to. And if you forget a step, you can go back and put the template back
No biggie.
on.
Yeah, just pop it right
just
back on.
pops right back on.
Yeah.
And guys could share templates and
they did.
yeah, and they did. And it just works really, really well.
Yeah. Yeah. The Steve stuff we get from Steve now is been a game changer for, I think, guitar builders everywhere. So if you guys want to be cool like Chris, and then you can get templates from Steve as well. And you know where else we go? Almost every there's no blood.
See?
It's easy to do.
It's easy to do.
But it's more fun for me to make fun of other people.
You jumped on me for doing that.
Almost every single wood, sweat, and beers workshop includes a trip to
Odyssey Beer Works.
That's right. Our friends Chris and Dina at Odyssey Beer Works are super, super cool people. They made our beer, which we ran out of, so we're having to punt.
You can come to the Upright Lounge and have one. I've got plenty.
And who knows? Maybe I will. So So Odyssey Beer Works. And if you guys, you know what? I didn't put the link in there for what is it? Beer Drop?
Beer Drop. Yeah, .com.
Has anybody ordered any of that stuff?
Yeah, somebody tell us if you ordered
it. Yeah. Someone was like, "Oh, they won't ship to Australia."
No.
I think it's just
almost everything won't ship to Australia.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately. Australia doesn't really want anything coming in from outside.
Especially beer.
Especially beer.
They've got a lock on the whole beer thing.
Yeah. Beer, cars, guitars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget Hipshot.
That's right. Hipshot, so Hipshot has really bent over backwards through the whole like COVID deal to get us stuff on time. And it's hard for them too, because they've only got a handful of things. So like every time we need trims, if you're waiting on a Challenger with a trim, it's because we can't get them right now. We've got like, I know there's 3 or 4 on the way to us like right now. And I'm not going to be surprised if they're sitting waiting for us, tomorrow morning when we get here or something, but they're really hard to get, some of those things. And the guys at Hipshot have been bending over backwards to make us, to get us the good stuff. So there's a few more questions here. Thank you, Doug, for that. What?
I plan on officially closing the Upright Lounge in May.
Who did Doug does?
Doug.
So
Doug, you're a fine patron.
So that's a super chat from Doug, who is probably, if anyone's going to close the Upright down.
Hey, when you walk down with a case of booze on your shoulder, you are welcome anytime, my friend.
Yeah. I have been to the Upright later than some and as late as others. And and left earlier than some and earlier than others. So good times. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Sometimes you don't close the Upright every night.
Oh no.
I'll
do an Irish goodbye.
Yeah.
Just kind of.
Yeah. Sometimes you're there all night. And
you know what my thing is? If I'm not adding value to the party, I leave.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes I don't add value.
I'd never be at a party.
Now,
if that
Chris
was my
Fesker,
role.
he adds value from the second he walks in.
I don't know
till
about
the
that.
second he leaves.
The second he leaves.
That's right.
For my classy shirts.
Oh crap!
Whoa!
How often does that happen? Every time.
That new compressor.
So we've got a few more questions here. Doc says, JJJ, is it under JJJ on iTunes? Having trouble finding. It's probably under Jim Jam.
It's under Jim Jam Jimmy.
Okay,
but I didn't think iTunes was even still going.
Oh, I don't
It's
know.
Apple Music now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to tell me if I'm on there or not, because
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
But it's definitely on Spotify and Amazon Music for sure.
There's a couple questions here I'm not going to answer. So yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and get all set to go and deliver some toys.
Yep.
And I'm kind of in the what are you in the mood for food tonight, Chris?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm usually good with just about anything.
All right.
Yeah.
Take a wild guess what I'm looking at.
I'm gonna say wings.
No.
Because that's what I'm looking at. So yeah, that's what I
had wings last Sunday.
Oh, so yeah, you can't have wings twice in the same 7 days. I'm
winged out right now.
Okay, all right, that's cool.
I'm looking at a Cobb salad.
Ooh, a Cobb salad. Hey, I love the Cobb salad, and wouldn't it be great to have like in a Cobb salad and easier to navigate, and like you could drive with it. Man, maybe you could, but yeah.
Well, you could certainly eat it in a parking lot.
Yeah, or like in a park.
Or yeah,
let's just
say, like you're having a picnic and
whilst
you want a
walking.
Cobb salad. Yeah.
Let's just say there could be a video coming very soon.
What if you're at the ballpark?
Mm-hmm.
Having you're like watching the game, and
what do you normally have at the ballpark?
Well, yeah, I mean you could have like I don't know, you could have like you could have a peanuts, or you could have a Cracker Jack, just like the song implies. You could have an ice cold beer, or you could have what do they call it? Ballpark steak. Yeah, a hot dog.
Polish steak.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say
there
might be something coming down the pipeline.
I love it, and I hope it's sooner rather than later. And I know
Me too.
You and I've been working on this idea for a long time, and it's high time that it happen.
It has just not come to fruition
Yet,
but it will.
It's the busy time of year.
That's right.
Yeah. You got other stuff.
In any chance I get to grind some meat, I'm in.
That's not a euphemism. He actually. What's the next thing on the? What's the next thing at the Triple J test kitchen that I can come over and eat some of it?
Well, what you're going to do is you're going to help me because I'm Polish and I make pierogies every year.
Okay.
And Emma comes and helps me.
That's your daughter-in-law?
Soon to be.
Okay.
I
think
maybe
yeah,
future bearer of grandchildren for me.
You never can tell.
Yes. But yes, she's going to come over and help make pierogies, and I think I need to teach you how to make them.
I think that's probably something that here's the thing, Jim. You don't want to get good at something you don't want to do all day.
Right.
Okay. So I noticed that you only do this how many times a year?
Once.
Yeah. So I think maybe I'm going to miss out this time around.
How much,
Chris, are you going to come over and help make pierogies?
I'll help. How much? Yeah, because Matt's MO on cooking is dumping stuff into other things.
No, that don't fly at the JJJ.
It flew one time.
Well, maybe. And it came out homogenous.
Yeah, totally.
Yep.
Ooh, a homogenous pierogi.
Ooh,
I don't think I've ever had a pierogi. I mean, I'm sure I have, but like, I don't know if I've had it right. Because like sometimes you get it at
it's dough with filling in it.
Okay.
And I make potato, like caramelized onion, bacon, and then the other one is sauerkraut, mushroom, and onion.
Okay.
Yeah. You fry them up. A little sour cream.
Could you put like taco meat and queso and everything in a pierogi?
You could.
I mean, it wouldn't be a pierogi.
It wouldn't be a pierogi.
What would it be?
A
tasty morsel.
Mexican it would be something that Taco Bell came up with a name for it.
Yeah.
The escondido.
Pierogito.
I don't know. The chanchito.
Yes.
The La Chincha. Okay.
The new Taco Bell chanchito. Chanchito.
So bad. So awful. Okay. All right. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. We're going to go and deliver some toys to Toys for Tots and hopefully make some kids have a really, hopefully make some kids Christmases. I think that to me is one of the things that is super cool and super important. And thank you to everybody who pitched in. And if you want to pitch in, you still can. You don't have to come out, right, Chris? You can send that stuff to the shop, or you can send it to the PO box, like Gary and
or donate in your own hometown.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's
Yeah.
Toys for Tots everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
We're not
thank you
we're
from
not getting bonus points for bringing
PM
more stuff.
and Gary. Yeah. You don't have to do it here.
No.
We'll be happy to take it to there, but
Yeah.
you don't have to do that here.
Yep.
Oh, Dylan talks tone.
Thank you, Dylan. Talked. Oh, I can't.
Somebody said that.
Well, somebody is smarter than me. I don't have it written down. So, Dan says reveal tomorrow? Question.
No.
There was going to be, and then we have a neck that we have to chop up.
Yep.
And that's a bummer.
We could
So-
reveal that. We could reveal that I almost smashed it. I was so irritated. with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes things just don't go the way you want them to go.
Doc has a
Have to
question for
jettison
you,
parts.
Diego. He wants to know, try using blueberries or cherries. Just add a little bit of sugar in the dough.
Oh, seriously?
How about that? So little
like
pies.
a sweet one. Yeah.
Why not? Is that a thing?
Okay. I don't.
Dessert
Yeah,
pierogies.
I think they do make something like that.
Oh, and then we could
I like the savory
do
myself, but
sugar and cinnamon on the outside, and then
Man, yeah,
like maybe a little cream cheese like drizzle over the
no,
top.
I'd be down with that. I'd be down
the
with
500 calorie pierogi.
Yeah,
Yeah, like a little
Each
tiny
one.
yeah.
Oh, can you
Yeah.
imagine that cream cheese, blueberries, and oh yeah,
I'm imagining it. I can imagine quite a bit.
oh yeah, that'd be good.
I'm imagining a
That'd
lot
be-
of stuff
that'd
right
be
now.
Really
Yeah.
good.
All right.
Hey, I want to say hi to everybody that's on the list here because usually I'm on the other side chatting with
Yeah,
everybody.
it's good to have
But
you here.
no, it's cool to be on this side,
Mhm.
and I'm fortunate that I live so close to be able to do this once in a while.
I'm glad you got a chance
Hey,
to see
everybody.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys for hanging out with us for an hour. I think one of our sponsors, Dylan McCurchie, and his lovely wife Leslie, will be on in 2 or 3 minutes.
Yep.
And I want you guys to check them out because they're super cool folks and they help us, so help them. So yeah, I guess until next time, this is Matt at Texas Toast reminding you that life is short. You might as well have a cool guitar and donate for Toys for Tots because it's a cool, worthwhile thing and it's a Marine Corps deal. So, hoorah! All right, everybody, take care. Have a good one.